Today's episode isn't sponsored. Alright, it's Thursday evening. Lauren just got home from work and we're gonna go pick up snacks for the drive.
I want to buy the full palette.
The motivation here was a half-brained decision to make this vacation memorable by shooting photos using the most expensive chemical process known to man, positive film. But Kyler, that's insane. How can you afford to shoot an entire trip on Ektachrome? Well, I'm glad you asked. I just so happened to inherit a large sum of debt from past me, which is due to the Earl of B&H. I called it.
Yeah. How did you do that?
I worked at a grocery store one time. So this is all the trunk room we have to work with. And it's going to be quite the problem. Yep, that's right. The two of us will be taking my 2001 bone stock Mazda Miata on a 12-hour road trip to California. Why? I've had this shadow of a dream to drive a unique car down Highway 1 for a while. Taking in the fresh ocean breeze, letting my hair down and letting my car operate at sea level, which is pretty much the equivalent of curing its asthma. And if we're going to do this, we're going to have to do this for 24 hours. With a max weight limit of 309 pounds, including the passengers, anything that we were to bring would put us far over the weight limit. But never mind all that. Say goodbye to the shocks and say hello to the bump stops, because even at our lightest, we weren't light enough. Besides the clothes on my back, I brought the Mamiya 7, the Zeiss Ikon ZM, and my trusty old Ricoh R1. All of this adding up to a curb weight that's far in excess of the weight limit. While we're here at the gas fire, let me add that I brought an 81B filter for both the Mamiya 7 and the Zeiss, so all of these Ektachromes would have a hint of warmth in their palette. In its current state, if you shoot Ektachrome without an 81B filter, or a warming filter for that matter, you're pretty much doing it wrong in my opinion. And as long as your lens has a normal filter size, these filters are pretty cheap compared to the headaches that you'll face if you try warming up your scans in Lightroom after the fact. Man, I did a crap-tastic job on that. The tint only cost $10, so it's... You're right, it is fine.
So it serves a purpose for this trip.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, excuse me.
Got that on video.
Okay. Now your subscribers can tell me how bad I am.
Yep.
I hated the submarine part.
We finally made it to St. George, and we can get out of this hot car.
Get me out of here!
Well, after a short jaunt, we ended up in St. George, where I took a singular photo. A pool photo, to be exact. And I really like the tones here. The Ektachrome handles the blues really well. I do wish I could have taken this a little bit earlier in the day just to get more light on the pool. But what am I going to do? Ask the sun to alter its multi-billion-year chartered course? I get upset if someone interrupts me while I'm listening to Ariana Grande. We had so many miles to cover on Saturday that we got up at 3 in the morning to race out towards California. We visited the Magic Mountains, and this time I caught the Rump Fairy, and she granted me one wish. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you seriously need to get caught up on the lore of this channel. I'll give you a hint. It's in my previous Morro Bay video. Link in the description. That wish came true faster than I expected, and I snapped this photo during sunrise. I love the color in the sky, and the fact that it's at a gas station makes this photo fit the food pyramid of film photography very well. Turning around, I took a terrible photo in more than one way. Let's see if we can check some more boxes on the food pyramid of film photography during this trip. If you've ever driven across the Mojave Desert, chances are you've stopped to drain or water your horse in Bakersfield or Baker. We stopped in Baker, where Lauren would reap all of the benefits of owning a unique car without any of the headaches of maintenance.
I like your shiny car. That's so cool.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm just gonna move on and try to forget the fact that she called my car tiny and cute in the same go. Little does she know that I actually have 1,800 cubic centimeters of pure engine underneath the hood of this bad girl. Boy, girl. Man, honestly, I don't even know if it's a hot girl summer car. Because we were too punctual for our own good, we couldn't check into the hotel yet. So we went to explore what the bay had to offer. For these first few photos, don't judge me. I was operating on limited sleep and I was way too antsy to start shooting. And all of these photos were taken in a matter of minutes on the same street. It's the rock.
Okay, this is what we're gonna do. You're gonna go, you're gonna record me, and you're just gonna wave at me. And I'm gonna record you and wave at you. Or just like smiling. Oh, wait, no.
You gotta get close though, because it's windy.
I don't remember what I said.
It's an emo shark.
You see that shark? It's an emo shark. You know how you can tell it has a mohawk?
The key to a good relationship is a little give and take. So for every moment that we were out walking around taking photos, we were also spending time looking for antique shops to peruse. And well, you just never know what you might find. You could find a Leica. But it's more likely you'll just find a Kodak Brownie and a weird porcelain doll that whispers deep within the inner workings of your brain to walk into the ocean and never look back. These are some holy crap, Lois. After letting Lauren load up her Canon AE1 with the color negative equivalent of cocaine, we went out to the beach to, well, take a long walk that single people and retired Floridians dream of. Oh, and we took some photos along the way. Editor's note, we took a big ol' nap and now we're out at the rock. The second we were done taking a photo, we would quickly shove the camera back under our rain jackets to hopefully keep more of the humid ocean breeze off of the body and keep it out of the camera.
What is floating about you that has made you unwell? What are you thinking? You're not saying. My dear, there's nothing to tell. Are we close? What is underneath? But don't you show? Do you have for me? But don't I know? What have I failed to see? Are we close? What is underneath? But don't you show? What do you have for me? But don't I know? What have I failed to see? What have you been writing? What have you been writing? I have yet to hear. Is there something you've been feeling?
After finally wrapping up the roll of 35mm, I felt like I wasn't burning through enough money. So I poured some gasoline on this fire and pulled out my Mamiya 7. Okay, so it's Saturday night and we are just about to end the day and the sun's going down, but I wanted to get some long exposures out here on some beautiful Ektachrome. The challenge of the evening is not letting the humidity get to the cameras. I'm never happy about taking the Mamiya into humid environments, but sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. It's always mid. This is how you know a roll's gonna be mid, is when the advanced lever is midway when you line it up with the starting point. Warming filter is on. I'm gonna put the ND filter on this camera just so I can add 5 more stops, which I don't think I can do in camera. I can only go to 25, which is 2 stops, and then another 2 stops, so I'll have to do the math in my brain. But I'll go take those photos and then I guess I'll talk about it after the video. Let's see if you can spot the difference between these 2 photos. Yep, you guessed it. One is very clearly underexposed. And that's because I was nervous about having my very expensive, hard to replace camera out in the humid sunset ocean breeze. I forgot to set the shutter to bulb mode, so instead of bulb mode I fired at 1/4 of a second, and that's the reason that it's underexposed. But after adjusting for my error, we ended up with these, one being slightly before golden hour and the other just as the sun was dipping into blue hour. But that was all for that night, so we went back to the hotel and tried getting some rest for our 1 full day in Morro Bay. Slow start this morning. As per usual on a vacation where you just got done traveling for such a long time. But we're out here this morning trying to look for some scenes. We'll see if we can find any. Our first stop was a hilltop hike that was just above the golf course. We strolled Main Street for a hot minute, then decided it was time to do the one thing that we drove my little rinky-dink, not-so-great road trip car all the way here to do. Cruise Highway 1 with the top down. Along Highway 1, there's a little restaurant called El Chorlito. There was a sick Porsche 911 there, so naturally I did what photographers do, and I tried to photograph it. Bellies full of food, we drove back to Morro Bay to explore some more shops and to walk Main Street. All weekend, we had been driving past this pizza place called the Pizza Port. But as fate would have it, sunset was a mere 40 minutes away, which means we were in the prime time of golden hour. And worse, only after ordering did they tell us that our pizza would be ready in about 30 to 40 minutes. This created a huge internal conflict in my heart. So I was at a fork in the road. I could either A, ditch my wife with the pizza and spoil our date night to take some blissful golden hour photos, or B, wait for the pizza to be done, miss the majority of the golden hour, and hope for some blue hour shots that are good but ultimately enjoy a peaceful evening. A huge factor that added to my internal conflict was that the previous day had been so overcast and bland. Tonight was pretty much the only night I was going to get with a golden glow from the sun and sea mist. Luckily, I have the best wife ever that conjured up a third plan. She told me just to go out and take photos and she would grab the pizza in to-go boxes. With the pizza secured, we would meet at a scenic view for a sunset slice of pie.
I think it's just having caffeine in excess that's the problem. I think if we have it on occasion, you know, they say everything in moderation. And Kyler, that's why I brought you here, is to talk to you about your film usage. I really think that you're not using enough film and that you're using it in moderation and that that's not okay for your health. So I want you to shoot more film.
This solved the issue of getting out of the pizza gulag to take dreamy photos while preserving the fun pizza date night that we had originally envisioned from the outset. This pleasant view in photo is honestly one of my favorites from the trip. The only problem is I'll have to wait 30 years until ICE vehicles become the nostalgic centerpiece in photographs. One minute and 6 seconds. It's probably a good thing I didn't wait until Blue Hour to start taking photos because I royally donked up on a few of these. And had I been able to expose them correctly, they would have been the kind of heaters Outdoor Boys puts in his sleeping bag when he's sleeping in negative 40-degree temperatures.
I don't know if you can hear it, but that dog is so sad. He does not want to be on that boat.
Are you talking about the dog?
Yeah, it's so cute. It's like sad, but it's cute.
He's like, get me out of here.
How do you think Finn would be on a boat?
I don't think he would do very well. Well, he's been on a paddleboard.
That's true.
So I hope the one that they were right here worked out really well. I really hope that worked.
I hope so too.
7.
We have 7 more shots.
Yeah. How's the exposure going on that?
It's fine. It looks good.
Yeah, it's got plenty.
Yeah.
When that gets locked out at, when that goes to f1.8, then you should swap.
That's good
Do
to
you want to have some pizza? Okay, so we just got done taking some photos of the rock. Lauren wasn't looking at her phone the whole time.
I'm reading.
She's reading. The end to a great trip. Hopefully the photos work. If I had one bit of advice from my experiences in this video, it would be to shoot at least one roll of Ektachrome before it inevitably becomes mortgage material. This stuff is getting more expensive by the day, and many labs are outsourcing E6 development. Perhaps if more people were to shoot it, Kodak could produce more and make greater margins and business, supply and demand, yada yada yada. Anyway, that's it for me. But before you go, don't let the subscribe button smack you on the way out. Give it a good smack just to disorient it a little. Bye.